Oh, hi. Why are you so down the mouth?
Oh, a couple of women dropped the television when they were shifting it. And a fight broke out. I don't know, I didn't handle it very well. I guess I need a coffee.
Here, let me take care of that. You sit down, take the weight off your feet. What'd you like, black, white, with or without?
Black, thank you. I would have thought you'd have had coffee taken up to your office.
Yeah, well, I could, I suppose, but, well, it gets a bit lonely in there. This place is a lot friendlier. There you go. Now, why the frown?
Well, I guess it's just the strain of the job.
Well, look at me. Do I look strained?
No.
Well, I've got much the same sort of job as you, so what's your excuse?
Well, I feel that I've got to be on my guard all the time. That if I let it down, something terrible is going to happen.
Well, I'm afraid there's no way around that. We're paid to be on guard. Look, what you've got to learn to do is just to be able to go home at night and forget all about Wentworth. Relax. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, I go home and I have nightmares about Wentworth.
Now, what you need is somebody to teach you how to have a good time. Yeah. Now, fortunately, I know just the person. Me.
Yeah, well, what about the department? I mean, you are the governor.
I am the acting governor.
And I happen to be a junior officer.
What we do outside this place is nobody's business but our own.
All right. Why not?
Good. Well, listen, I ran across this rather nice little pub the other day. Good restaurant. What say we go there tonight?
Sounds lovely.
Right. It's a date. Good. Thanks, Officer Barfield. Come in, Smith. How are you? Look, apparently the women are getting a bit restless. Do you know anything about it?
Well, I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary, but then how could I? I've been in the library most of the time.
Well, my officers told me that there's something going on. I thought you might know what it was.
Would they also tell you what it was?
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be asking you, would I?
Well, Linda Goldman hanging herself didn't exactly cheer everyone up, I can tell you that much.
No, I'm sure it didn't. But there's more to it than that. Now, if I know what it is, maybe I can stop somebody getting hurt.
Well, you want it straight? Anytime you start moving prisoners around without asking them, you are in for trouble.
What do you mean?
Do you care that I have been here for years? Do you care that I don't like new prisoners just being shoved into my cell?
This is a prison, Smith. It's not a guest house.
Well, if you want your prison to run smoothly, I suggest you learn to negotiate.
I don't like your tone, Smith. I give the orders around here.
Well, only until Mrs. Davidson gets back. And then you take orders just like anybody else.
Just watch your tongue, Smith. You're forgetting which side of the bars you're on.
Look, if you want to know what's going on, ask Judy.
What?
I don't want to have anything to do with the whole rotten mess.
Seems to me the Queen Bee's getting a bit old and tired.
Queen Bee? Now, how could I possibly be that? Haven't you just got through telling me that you give the orders?
Thank you, Officer Barfield. Take her back to where you found her.
Oh, thank Christ for that.
Keep still, Jude. Every time you wriggle, I end up making your nose fatter.
Don't do that, mate. It's the thinnest thing I got.
You know, I never noticed your mouth being like that before.
My mouth?
You moved again, Jude.
Oh, sorry, Dora. Hey, listen, Dora. What do you make of Conway? Why'd she give you all those books?
Don't know, maybe she's just trying to help.
She's a funny one, isn't she? What do you think of her?
Oh, who cares, just as long as she keeps giving with the goodies.
You reckon she's trying to get you on side?
Don't know. Still reckon there's something going on between her and Bea, I can tell you that much.
What makes you say that?
Well, heard her talking to Bea in the library. When Conway came out, you should have seen her face.
Oh, hello, Miss Conway.
Oh, hi.
And just what did you hear outside the library, Doreen?
Well, I didn't really hear anything. It's just a rumour that's going round, that's all.
Well, what's the rumour?
Just something about you and Bea.
What sort of something?
It's just what the women were saying, that's all.
Doreen, what is it?
Well, just that it seems as though you and Bea know each other from somewhere else.
Nothing else?
No, I told you it wasn't much. You know, it gets real boring in here and we have to make a big deal out of something.
All right. Bryant, the governor wants to see you in his office.
Oh. Sorry, kid. The nose goes with me.
Yes? Ah, thanks, Officer Conway. Come in, Bryant. You may as well stay, Officer Conway. We won't be long.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bryant. What do you know about the unrest amongst the women?
What unrest?
Oh, come on, Bryant. You can do better than that.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. How about giving me a clue, huh?
All right, we'll start with the fight in the rec room.
Oh, is that all? It's just that Linda's suicide freaked everybody out. You know?
I know that. But it's more than that.
Well, personally, I don't need it to be more than that. I'm the one that's sleeping in the room where it happened. How would you like that?
Who's top dog at the moment, Bryant?
B is, of course, always has been.
There's nobody trying to knock her off a perch?
I'd like to see that happen.
All right, Bryant, that'll be all.
Hey, Mr. Fletcher, could you transfer me out of that cell?
We'll talk about it some other time. Wait outside. You have to keep asking these questions, even though you know you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, well, it must be frustrating.
Yeah, it is, but you have to keep sticking to it. Now, will I pick you up at your place tonight?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Good. It's a date. Take her to the dining room, will you?
G'day, B. How's your brow machine?
It's okay. Any more flack after the fight?
What would you care?
Oh, no, come on, Doreen. I did do some work behind the scenes, you know.
Oh, you did you?
Yes, I did. Now, are you going to answer my question?
Well, we're not sure yet. Just a few nosy questions from Fletch, you know.
Hey, B, the telly's a real write-off. What are we going to do about that?
I wouldn't worry about that. It's all being taken care of.
What do you mean? We're getting a newie?
Spare chance?
Oh, that's great.
Tell you what, she's still got style. Wish I'd known her when she was on top.
So now maybe you can all stop your whinging.
Yeah.
Why all the smiles? Christmas come early.
Ho, ho, ho.
Should hear what B's just done for us.
Hey, don't go spraying it around.
We're getting a new telly.
You're kidding. How come?
B didn't say.
Isn't it terrific? Is it going to be a colour one, B?
Well, you never know your luck.
Well, I'd like to know where it's coming from.
Here you are. One whiskey sour.
You know, I thought of a lot of things for us to talk about. I can't remember one of them.
Well, why don't we just relax and talk about ourselves, shall we? To us. Well, tell me all about yourself. Well, where you were born, who your parents were, and your pet kitten's name.
Had an average childhood, average education, and I lead an average life.
Oh, I don't believe you. No one that looks like you is average in any way at all.
Is that a compliment?
It certainly is.
Thank you.
You're not enjoying that, are you?
Well, I'm afraid I am a simple drinker.
Say no more. What would you like?
I'd like a brown cow, thank you.
A brown cow? And you're a simple drinker?
Look, Sandy Edwards has only been here a couple of minutes, and already she's trying to take over. I reckon between us, we've spent 20 years in this same block. Are we going to sit by and let that happen?
No way. She might start taking our buy-ups like Margot did.
That's right, and 3 guesses who'd be running the book then.
She's pretty tough, Bud. How are we going to stop her?
I got it all worked out. And if it goes well, no one will get hurt.
How?
We play the numbers game. We get so many women on our side, she's going to have to back down.
Where from?
We'll be supporters. We'll get them all behind me.
Yeah, but what about your pacemaker, Jude? They haven't forgotten what happened with Margot.
Yeah, but we'll have to make sure that she doesn't find out, right?
Yeah, well, let's leave B out of this, too.
We'll only use her name. Look, once the women see that Sandy's back down, we'll be running the whole show.
Yeah, well, if you really think we can do it.
Of course we can do it, Dor. We know the numbers game. We know how it works. Let's use it on her, right?